pour mes autres entretien avec des bandes du qui pour dans show ça week-end, grand show, le ministre Stadium ça week-end, 4 artistes en tout. Pendant un artiste mauricien, pendant un artiste Seychellois, Jakim, mais bien sûr, mène l'attraction pour les deux artistes qui sortis de Bandil Caraïbes, ça est Duane Stephenson avec Judy Boucher qui justement sont là avec moi dans le studio. On a profité pour dire bonjour. Good morning, Mr. Stephenson. Good morning, Judy.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you guys?
We're very well.
How
Very
was the flight to Seychelles?
The flight, very long, very, very long. Yeah. It was, when I actually got here, it was great because I've been traveling for like 4 days.
4 days?
Yeah.
You left on Saturday?
I actually left my home on Saturday and I arrived yesterday. I'd gone from like St. Vincent. Before I actually got onto mainland, I go from Bequia to St. Vincent. And then next step was to Barbados, to Miami, to Doha.
That's 2 stops already?
Yeah. Then I get well, I was supposed to sleep in Doha, but I was so confused. It's like I lay down and then start again.
Jet lag,
then I
suppose.
arrived yesterday.
Yeah. What about you, Mr. Stevenson? How many days? Same?
Fortunate. I think I would have traveled 12 hours.
12 hours?
From Europe. So
you were already in Europe then?
Yes.
You're not coming straight from... Fortunately. Not coming straight from Jamaica?
No, I'm coming from Frankfurt.
Okay, from Frankfurt. You were performing there, I suppose?
Yes, I was already on a tour myself and Alberosi, traveling throughout Europe, mainly in Italy. So I flew from Italy into Germany, Frankfurt, overnight there, and then I came on here.
So you've been on tour since when?
I think the 15th of August.
15th of August?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've been to Italy, Frankfurt, and?
Well, been to Italy, Spain, Germany.
And Germany? And
yeah,
then
pretty
to
much.
Seychelles?
Yes.
Okay. How is the reggae music loved in Europe?
I think it's always been a major force in Europe, and that hasn't changed. You know, it's luckily we still manage to connect there at a high level and things. So you find that a lot of reggae artists go through there on an annual basis. So it's good vibe, man.
Well, Judy was here in February.
In February for Valentine's.
It's your first time here.
First time here. First time here.
Have you
it's like leaving home and coming home.
But have you heard of the Seychelles before coming?
No. But then I landed here and I realized that I landed in the Caribbean. It's amazing.
You guys met each other in Seychelles. You haven't spoken before that.
I haven't met.
I knew of her music. I've been to St. Vincent to perform, but we never actually met.
Never actually met
No.
before? Oh, wow. So you guys are sort of just getting acquainted right now?
Yeah, pretty much, man. It's a good vibe and for a great cause, you know.
So, Judy, tell us about the first trip because you decided to come back. Have you fallen in love with the Seychelles?
I fell in love the first day.
You did?
The first day, yeah. It's such an amazing place because I think I've heard of Seychelles, and in my mind, as well as the people are still saying now, that sounds far.
It is far.
Everybody says, that sounds far. Where is that? And I have to explain. It could be somewhere near Madagascar. Apparently, it's maybe Indian Ocean.
Were you told it's in Africa? Did you have a picture of Africa when?
Well, I no, not at all.
Not at all.
I didn't think it was anywhere near Africa.
Okay.
So, and then I started looking on the map, and I could hardly find anything. Tried Googling, it wasn't getting much. So I just thought, because I didn't have a clue where I was going. So when the invitation came, I said, okay, well, this is another one. Every year, it seems as though I'm going to a different country. And I was just so shocked that it's going to take so long for me to actually get here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be absolutely exhausted, I think, you know. And then when I actually landed, I thought, this is like amazing. It's like home.
St. Vincent.
Yeah.
Similar in so many ways.
Similar in so many ways. You know, the only thing that we don't do differently is we don't do the what do you call it? Creole?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Well,
I don't understand.
Well,
I was
not
of the
in St.
impression
Vincent,
Not
but
in St.
up
Vincent.
the road, starts at St. Lucia, then
St.
head on.
Lucia,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
I
but
was of the impression all the Caribbean islands,
no, but
they do
we
Creole.
don't, not in St. Vincent.
Not in
We do
St.
different versions of it,
know?
actually.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
one
It's
that's
not
mainly attached
standard,
to
yeah.
English, and then there's French.
Okay.
But you do find it in the Caribbean, just not
Yes,
in St.
plenty.
Vincent, because
Not in
St.
St.
Vincent and
Vincent.
Jamaica are mainly English.
Yeah.
Mainly English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it a love affair with the Seychelles, or is it strictly business?
This is strictly business.
Strictly business.
Because it was mentioned, I was asked if I would come back in December when I was here last. And I was kind of warming to that, but then I got the invitation to come now. And I think it's fantastic. I would like to come again in December if it's possible.
3 times the charm, they say.
But then I think if, in December, I will be in South Africa.
You will be in South Africa?
I will be in Cape Town.
In close proximity then?
Yes,
Yes.
so it wouldn't be such a long flight and such, yeah.
I understand. And what prompted you to come back? What did you find out when you came?
The first time?
Yes.
Well, I just looked at, I was just so amazed at everything, the flowers, the palm trees. Okay, we have,
You have the palm trees
we
as
have
well.
palm trees, we have flowers, but you have more.
We do.
In St. Vincent, yeah, you have more. And the most amazing thing is the rocks. I've never seen the rocks. Do they grow or something?
No. I googled St. Vincent. In fact, yesterday I saw the greenery as well.
The greenery, yes,
is
it's
there?
great, especially
Yes.
because we are volcanic. So that helps the soil. But granite.
Yes, granite.
I never
Well,
knew. I was just told by Elijah's mom yesterday that
I think we are the only granitic islands
apparently.
in the world. Yeah. I
So you
think
see
we
that
are,
I've learned
yeah.
something again.
Yes.
But I took so many pictures the last time just to show people, look at these rocks.
But you
Rocks.
haven't been to Ladig. If you go to Ladig, have you been to Ladig?
No.
It's another island.
No, I've only been to
Mahi.
Mahi.
But
Yeah.
if you go to Ladig, you'll be amazed with the rocks.
Wow.
It's more beautiful over there.
Okay.
Mr. Stevenson,
Yes.
it's your first trip here.
Yes, it is.
I can't help but wonder, why the Seychelles? Why would you want to come here?
You know what? They mention show people supporting the music, and they mention off the coast of Africa.
Off the coast of Africa?
Yes, and that was enough. I was
So
already
you
sold.
had a picture of Africa.
Yeah, pretty much. But I've been going around long enough to know that everywhere that you land in or around Africa, it's a whole different ball game. So I was really looking forward to see what was here. And then I landed and realized it was home.
Similar to Jamaica?
Very similar,
Very similar.
very similar to the Caribbean, actually. Because as I mentioned before, that airport, it reminds me very much like as if I just
The one
landed in
Kingston?
St. Martin.
St. Martin.
St. Martin.
St. Martin is
A smaller island,
smaller
but
island
yes, but in the
of,
Caribbean. It's
near
big.
to Jamaica.
Yeah, close enough. It's lesser Antilles, so a group of small islands. So that one in particular, but it's been a good vibe, man.
Okay. Someone just called and said they've been to St. Vincent. They appreciate it as well. The same way you appreciate Seychelles.
Yeah, it is really, really beautiful, you know.
Okay. But I don't know what it's like, what you people think about Africa in Jamaica. Tell us, what do you think of Africa when someone says you're going to Africa?
Well, firstly, I've always told people that the Jamaican passport in particular has, a homely effect a few places. Some in the Caribbean, and I would say Kingston. I'm not too sure about Montego Bay. But definitely in Africa, everywhere I've ever landed in Africa, I've always been greeted, welcome home, and I do believe it. And, there's always a warm welcome. So I never expected that to change coming here, And the truth is, Caribbean people are very, I can say, Africanized. We are very much educated on the whole journey, the struggles, and being particularly educated about Africa. We've always been that case.
So there's this urge to come to Africa. Is that the case?
Most definitely. Most definitely. In all the Caribbean islands, that's the one thing we have in common. That's probably one of the bond that holds us closest together, is the African culture and the African knowledge.
So have you been to the continent?
I have been to the continent. I've been to South Africa. I've been to Zambia, Gambia, and Kenya thus far.
Well, is it anything you expected, or?
Yes, but I also learned many things about there. You know, you find that, and stuff that we've always known, that you know, the mainstream media always seem to find the worst parts of Africa, the most impoverished parts of Africa,
That is quite
to show
true.
the world. And we all knew it was fabricated to begin with. You know what I mean? So when you got there, you know, then you realize that, oh yes, it's exactly what I believe. It was fabrication. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to learn. There's a lot more to learn about the diversity of just each country.
Are you surprised your music has reached so far?
Surprised that I got here. You know what I mean? But in terms of, we've always had that bond. Reggae music and Africa has always been almost, you know, like one. You know, we've had great movers and shakers in the beginning. Even some of the historic moments we had Jamaican there, like Bob Marley, like people like Peter Tosh. They were there when things started to change for better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we've always had that connection.
Okay. The fact that you mentioned Bob Marley, I can't help to wonder about the Rastafarian ideology. How is that moving along in Jamaica? Is it still prominent, or?
It is still prominent, as long as, you know, there are, I guess, injustices and people that need to have a backbone to educate themselves, to be self-sufficient, because that's the core of the beliefs of Rastafari. So as long as there's a need for that, then it will be as strong as ever.
But I see that culturally you guys have moved in a different direction.
I wouldn't say we've moved in a different direction, but then, of course, the youth have their own movement and people will tend to drive that. But it's not like that. It's more of an addition to what we already did. I mean, dancehall music was always there, because I figure that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's like rap music, you know. Black people in America, they do, you know, beautiful jazz. They do some of the best R&B works and everything. But nowadays, everybody shows hip hop with the pants falling off. And
Yeah, that's true.
You see, that's what the mainstream trying to sell, man. It's the same thing like Jamaica.
But is roots rock reggae like still a big thing?
It is. It's still
a big thing in
all the
Jamaica?
major festivals. There's not one major dancehall festival in Jamaica right now. Not one. So all the major festivals in Jamaica right now are roots reggae festivals.
Okay. That's nice. I was kind of scared for reggae for a while, because
No, it's as strong as I say, you know, people choose what they want to sell, you know, and maybe they think it's an easier sell because dancehall is always this parallel to hip-hop music and whatever, so they try to package it and move it along. But that's all it is, man. Just good packaging.
In a nutshell, reggae still...
It is.
It's still
It's
the biggest
still
thing
the major force. Most of the exports out of Jamaica, especially to the small islands, will still be reggae. I've been to Brazil, Argentina, and things. Listen, those people don't even know 5 dancehall artists.
Really?
Yes, that so. But you know, dancehall has done very well in places like Britain and places in the United States. And once you're big in the United States, remember, you know, United States has a World Series all by themselves.
What about in St. Vincent, Miss?
It's just the same. We seem to get a lot of festivals now as well. And
is reggae still big over there?
reggae is still big.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we haven't heard a big name coming out on St. Vincent
Well,
in a
no,
while.
that is quite true.
Yes.
Because when you think about it, they don't seem to cross over into mainstream a lot. Because when you hear about Carnival, which is one of the biggest time of the year for St. Vincent's, a festival, they sing what you call soca
Yes, soca. I've
Soca.
heard of soca. Yeah.
Soca. It's a time for everybody to go
it
mad.
was big here in the 80s.
Right.
Yeah.
So and that's what it is. So you have Notting Hill and similar to Carnival in St. Vincent, and it's a time for people to just go crazy, and then it's done. It's sunshine music.
Okay.
So there hasn't been a major artist out of St.
Yes,
Vincent
yeah,
that
yeah.
crossed over.
Well, reggae artists.
Why is that? Yeah. Why is that?
Yeah.
I think most of them are, especially younger people, are mostly focused on soca. I know a lot of St. Vincent soca artists does very well. So I guess a lot of them are probably following the markets, the trends and whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much combined in terms of St. Vincent, Antigua, Trinidad would be
That's
the
it.
capital, and Barbados would be next in line.
Yeah.
Is it easier to progress with the different other forms of music other than reggae?
No,
No,
because
not
to
really.
get to the core of reggae would mean that you have to travel to Jamaica. And Jamaica is a little bit further away from the group
From
of
the
islands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's much easier to infiltrate and to be a part of the soca scene because it's like one little circle. You can always jump on a plane, go like 35 minutes to one of the bigger countries that really do a lot of soca music. And in terms of reggae, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
That's further away.
Reggae
man.
is every day. Reggae is every day.
Okay.
Soca is just
Seasonal.
seasonal. It's sunshine music.
Okay. Okay. But is it easy to import your music out of St. Vincent and out of Jamaica? Is it easy? Because we have so many difficulties here. It's nearly impossible for us to import our music overseas.
Okay, what would happen with my music? It's all online, basically. There don't seem to be like record shops like before you just walk into and you get a Judy Boucher CD.
Yeah.
A lot of people are quite happy to shop iTunes, Amazon, places like that. So I personally don't have a problem. I can see this
How
one.
do you earn your money from this?
Well, because it's online.
Yes.
There's a company in England that actually I have contracts with.
Okay. A promoter in England.
Yeah.
And they put your
Distributors,
music-
actually.
Distributor.
Distributor
Yes.
is right.
So
Yeah.
they put your music online and they basically selling it for you and then they send you
Yeah.
the money. Is that
That's right.
Does
Yeah,
that
I
work
mean,
for you as
the
well?
world has
There
gone
are
viral.
places, there is TuneCore, for instance. I think that works great for me, and I can see my money growing.
No, I asked this question because here we have so many artists. They love the reggae, they love the dancehall, they love all the forms of music that comes from around the world. But we have this difficulty to get our music out of Seychelles.
Yeah.
I think it's packaging, man. I think it's packaging. I think nowadays with the internet, we all have an opportunity to really get out there. Whereas before you needed a major label and everything.
Yeah.
But what the internet requires is packaging. So it's very, very, very competitive because now you're not only, competing with other artists down the road or whatever for space and play, but once you go on the global network of the internet, that's exactly what it is. So packaging have to be outstanding. And I mean, I think you have all the raw materials here.
Yeah.
To make good packaging, you just need to seriously concentrate on doing that. And sometimes you need the help of the nudge or a nudge from the tourism ministries here.
Okay.
To sell it as a part of the culture here, the experience here, which is what a lot of places do in the Caribbean.
So you've heard the Seychelles music?
Well, when I got here, but it's unfortunate that I have to wait until I get here. As I say, there's the opportunity, there's the platform. You just need to really zero in on the music business. But a lot of people have the music business just as a side job or whatever. We have to keep in mind it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, just like oil, just like food, just like pharmaceutical. So it's going to be very competitive. It's getting up in the mornings, getting a shower, heading to work, doing a full day's work, and then get back to bed.
Yes.
And the only difference with us is that once we get back to bed, we have to then get up early to be on TV the next morning.
Yeah.
Like this morning.
That is true.
So what do you think of the Seychelles music then?
You know, it's good music. It's good music, it's good energy, it's good vibe. But for me, it's just, you know, getting over the hump of packaging and promotion.
Okay.
And that's what music come down to. You know, it's always the easy part nowadays is getting into the studio and actually getting the music done.
That's true.
That's the easy part. The harder part is to really get it out there.
And you know, any individual can actually put the music there. Even you can even just do like an EP. You put it there on TuneCore, and you can keep adding to it. But like Duane says.
But you run the risk of your music getting exploited, and you get nothing in return.
But your music will get exploited anyway. Out there, there's what you call bootlegging, piracy.
Yes, yeah.
I at one point, when I went home to St. Vincent, and I just refused to walk in a certain street because of what I'm going to see.
Okay. Oh yeah, man.
And,
And people coming up with a bootleg version of the album. Can you sign here for me, please? You can't complain. But you know, it's fans, and sometimes people get the music by illicit means, but then, you know, the music still drive you to still get shows. We wouldn't be here without, you know. Sometimes, actually, there are people who actually print their own CD, bootleg their own CD, and just give it away. Because you never know where this music is going to end. So we have to look at it from, you know, as a whole. We can't just think that, oh my God, we're going to get exploited. You know what?
But you're going to be exploited.
If you work in the bank, you're probably going to get exploited.
I suppose you think your music reached Seychelles through piracy.
Not necessarily.
Listen, I don't even know. It's quite a shock.
Because we're so far apart.
I know. The first time I went to Ghana, that was a shock. Coming out from the airport, and there were like children. 7, 8, 9, 10, and they've got this thing, and they carry the CDs, and they rush up, Judy Boucher, Judy Boucher. It's everywhere.
Well, but it's a
you can't stop it.
Yeah.
I think in South Africa they're trying to put their foot down.
Yeah, it's not so good. At the same time, it's a good thing as well.
But so let us say you can just chalk it up to promotion. But as I say, there are still ways. Streaming right now is direct income, you know, that's the biggest platform right now for consuming music. Streaming. And once you put it to a legitimate company, everything, you see the amount of streams, you know exactly the dollar figure that's coming back. You can pretty much track everything. Yeah. In terms of streaming. Of course, there are still people in the world who like to collect CDs, and as much as even vinyl, there are people still collecting vinyl. Just, you know, so there's a market for that. You know, so there are means of getting it out there and getting funded. When your music play on the radio, for instance, you should be paid for it.
Yeah.
You know, if your music turns up in an advert, you should be paid for it.
Yep.
There's a movement here that's working towards this. I'm not sure how far along they've gone, but they are working towards this. Yeah,
but that shouldn't be a movement. That has to do with government policies.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and a time will come when, of course, the major companies will turn up at the gates of Seychelles and they will want their money. And say, well, you can't play Rihanna anymore because it's bootleg. And it will be international sanctions. They've done it before. They did it in Jamaica a few years ago.
Really?
I mean, years ago. Yes, with cable. Like, everybody could just buy a chip and you watch anything on the satellite, and then one morning you woke up and there was a lawyer from MGM studio, there's one from Sony studio, and they were on the television, and then
everything's gone.
Right beside them was the US ambassador. I said, listen, these Americans just spend lots of money to produce this stuff, they need to be paid, and it's something that we just have to understand. So we'll get there eventually, and I'm sure here will be one of those places we'll get there, and that will in turn legitimize the platform of Seychelles music, because a lot of times, if the country doesn't pay royalties, no major label will look at an artist from here.
That is true.
They won't.
Okay, we're going to take a short pause. We're going to play 2 of your songs. We have Can't Be With You Tonight and Think Twice, the Phil Collins version, I suppose. Yeah. Let's view those.
Just think about it.
Please help me, treatment for
Life in Kingston Town. Life in Kingston Town. She calls out to the man on the street. Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I've no place to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me? He walks on and doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. Starts to whistle as he left Augustown. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in Kingston Town. Oh, think twice. Just another day for you, you and me in Kingston Town. Oh, think about it. Life in Kingston Town. She calls out to the man on the street. He can't see she's been crying. She's got blisters on the soles of her feet. She can't walk, but she's trying. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in Kingston Town. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you, you and me in Kingston Town. Just think about it. Life in Kingston Town. Kingston Town. Oh Lord, is there anything anybody can do? And oh Lord, there must be something you can say. You can tell by the lines on her face. You can see that she's been there. Probably been moved on from every place. 'Cause she doesn't fit in there. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in Kingston Town. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you, you and me in Kingston Town. We're in Kingston Town. In Kingston Town. In Kingston Town. Kingston Town. In Kingston Town. Kingston Town. You and me. Oh, in Kingston Town. Just think about it. Life in Kingston Town. Town. You and me. Oh, in Kingston Town. Just think about it. Life in Kingston Town. Life in Kingston Town.
would leave with you for just a little while. But I love him the same way as I love you now. And I'm sorry I can't be with you tonight. Though I want to hold you in my arms tonight, I couldn't take the chance 'cause it won't be right. Maybe when we meet again some other time, 'cause tonight I'll only share my love with him. So please understand my situation. I love you, but I cannot be with you. If I could be in two places at the same time, believe me, I would share my love with you. So please understand my situation. I love you, but I cannot be with you. If I could be in two places at the same time, oh Lord, believe me, I would share my love with you. Believe me, I would share my love with you. Believe me, I would share my love with you. Believe me, I would share my love with you.
For those of you who've just joined us, we're live in the studio with Judy Boucher and Mr. Duane Stephenson. Let's talk about the music now. People keep calling, they want to hear you guys sing. Can you sing something for us this morning?
Well, that's what I do, man.
They are adamant they want to hear you sing.
They want to hear.
Yes.
Everything.
So Miss Boucher will go first.
Okay.
Okay.
If I could turn back the time, I'd do it for you. But time slips away from me, baby, and so do you.
You know how to turn on the jam. You picked that song on purpose.
No, it just came.
Mr. Stevenson.
Oh, goodness.
From a little cottage in the grave, I wrote these lines to you. And from that little cottage in the grave, I realize I love you still, love you still.
Oh, is that about a woman?
100%.
100%. Well, you're traveling with someone. Is that the same person now?
Sorry?
You're traveling with someone. Is that the same person you're singing about?
That song was actually originally written by a great Jamaican singer-songwriter called Tyrone Taylor.
Ah, Tyrone Taylor.
Yeah, man, he was definitely one of my idols, one of
He
the greats,
was.
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, your sound sounds exactly the same as it is on your CDs.
Beautiful.
And, yeah.
Thank you, man.
So, what can we expect on Saturday? Are you guys going to sing in duet?
No, we haven't. This is the first time we're
Yes,
working
yeah,
together.
Yeah.
And
So maybe the next show, maybe
Maybe
December.
December.
Maybe December.
Maybe in December. Okay.
But this time we'll be doing our solo
So,
stuff.
what will be different from your performance from February?
Not a lot of difference. It's just that people want more of it. And a lot of people said they weren't able to make the show the last time, so hopefully some of them will come from the other islands to take the show in.
But it was closed in the other time. This time it will be in open open
Yes,
space.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That won't be a problem.
No,
No.
it's never a problem anyway.
Mr. Stevenson, that will be your first time performing here.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah.
So, I'm probably a little bit more excited than the people themselves. Because I'm always looking forward to really going out there and really expressing, giving back the love that people has been giving over this time, listening to the music, letting me in their homes and via their TV and their radios. And so it's my turn to give back this time, and I'm really looking forward to it, man.
Okay. What have you find out about what people know about your music here ever since you
Well,
arrived?
one thing I know that people here are a lot into music, and if they're a lot into music, then most likely they're a lot into good music, and I consider myself a good musician. I try to always put forward great works that can stand the test of time, and now it's just to really go out there and present this music in front of the people in its most authentic form.
Augustown is very big here, but
Yeah.
it's a song dating is a while back. Are you surprised people are still revering the song?
I am, I'm always surprised at the fact that people tune in so much to the music, but as I say, I try to always do music that can stand the test of time, because, I'm easily embarrassed, I don't want to do anything that you'll be embarrassed for eternity for.
But my agent, Johnny, he's at the back there, he was asked that same question the last time, and his answer was, you make good music, it lasts long,
forever.
and it travels far.
Yeah.
And when you
get
think
that.
about it, it's really quite true.
It does.
Quite true.
A few callers wants to know if you'll consider making up something with Seychelles artists before you leave, like.
I'm not sure if it will happen
recording
before
something.
I leave, but I know I have one or two people that are interested, and of course, a man like Elijah now has the link, so we bridge that gap, and I'm always up for doing good music with good musicians. That's the thing. I leave myself open to that, so I have no qualms about really recording, and it would be nice to be a part of the process of elevating the stature of
So
the local music
it's
here.
in the work. Before you leave, we might hear something from you and Elijah.
Well, it wouldn't. If you hear it that quickly, it means that it probably wouldn't be that good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have to put in some work behind the scenes first.
What about you, Judy? Would you consider working with a local artist?
I would. Definitely. I mean, at the moment, there seems to be a line, a queue building up of, people wanting to do duets. But there's one in South Africa waiting now. I haven't, he keep telling me it's a wonderful song. And yeah, people want to do duets. I just haven't had the time yet. But yes, I can do that.
Okay.
I will consider it, of course.
Well, I sort of had a question, which it was for Mr. Elijah, because I'm wondering why put the two of you together in one show. I was wondering about that.
I think it's just it's probably the energies, the nature of the music. The truth is, a lot of shows in the Caribbean are really, set up that way. So he's just kind of bringing a festival here now with that same kind of flavor. I guess it's probably the most authentic form of our festivals in Caribbean. So it's good energies, man. So people can come and before the night done, you're taken to 4 different places before you leave.
Right.
Everybody likes a road trip. So this is a musical trip.
But was it his idea or yours? Or
It was his idea.
it's his
We were
idea.
just
He's the
invited to
promoter.
join him
We-
to really
yeah.
bring this idea forward. And Saturday night will definitely be a time where people need to come out and come out early. Because I'll definitely be there from early. I want to see the show. I don't know about anybody else, but I want to see the show.
Well, normally we come out at around 11.
11?
Yeah, we come out at around 11. Yeah.
No, you're going to need to do better than that. Man.
Is that a
People,
problem?
we need to do better than that, okay?
No. I think
That's way late.
you need to be there earlier.
What time does the show start?
Because it's not just
Well,
us.
the show itself will start at about 8:30. The
8:30.
gates
Yeah.
will be open from 7.
Okay.
And, it will be great artists on stage
Yeah.
from get-go until the end. So
Yeah.
I would suggest people come out early, get a nice, comfortable spot,
Yeah.
and, enjoy a good vibe. And then you can leave and you can go to church Sunday morning and know that you've not sinned the night before.
And the idea is you're going to leave with that memory
Yeah.
of that night.
How many songs between you two?
Well, that's hard to know. I mean, we both
yeah.
have a set roughly. I'll figure about almost an hour
An
each.
hour.
But no,
An
yeah.
hour
Separated
each?
apart. Yeah,
Okay. An hour?
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good vibe. Listen, anything more than that, then we have to just move in, live here.
Yeah.
It's been a real pleasure having you guys this morning on Bonjour Seychelles, which translates to Good Morning Seychelles. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
We hope you have a wonderful time in Seychelles and that the show will be a success on
I hope
Saturday.
so too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for-
Absolutely looking forward to it,
Thank
Lots
you for-
of
thank you
people
very much for
still
coming.
calling and saying, I'll be there before I even left St. Vincent. Okay.
Thank you very much for
It's gonna be
coming.
great.
Thanks for having
I
us.
hope I'm able to see the show as well.
Thank you very much for inviting
Be
us.
early, man.
Yep.
11. Voilà, ça c'est nous des invités là bon matin, M. Duane Stephenson avec Judy Boucher ou capable voir autres live nous show en fait autres show, pas nous show, autres show ensemble avec Jakim avec un autre artiste mauricien pour ça samedi à partir 7h30 juste arrivé, show pour commencer à petit 8h30 comme ça le mini stadium.